From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, those of you as far east as McMinnville, those of you as far west as Jackson, Camden, and Dyersburg. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call with your host, Dr. Sean Pruitt. And if you are watching this show, I am your community pharmacist. Everyone, welcome to a November show. This is your 1 hour forum to call in with those questions and those comments that you don't have time to ask your physicians or your pharmacist, because let's face it, they're very busy. So, rule number one, there are no stupid questions. So any of those burning health questions that you've had, whether it's about a health condition, whether it's about a supplement, or whether it's a problem that you're facing going through the cascade of health care, this is your 1 hour to call in and ask those questions. And chances are, as always the case, the question that you're thinking may be silly or mundane is actually going to bless someone, because they're probably thinking the same thing, but just a little reluctant to call in. So I wanted to welcome all of you to the show. Had one announcement, actually. Usually we have a bunch of condolences and congratulations, but just one real announcement here. Wednesday, November the 16th, for those of you who are consumers of the Kangen Alkaline Water, the Alkaline Water Store, the Kangen Water Store of Nashville, will be filming a commercial. So if you would like to be in that commercial, Channel 5 will be there filming, taking your testimonials about what the water has done for you. And this will be on Wednesday, November 16th, starting at noon. So I guess from noon to 3, noon to 4. You will be interviewed and you will be used in our new commercial advertising the Kangen Water Store of Nashville. So those of you who are looking to be discovered, come on and come on down and show them what a real water snob you are. Now, for those of you who are just seeing this for the first time, again, this is your host, Dr. Sean Pruitt. I'm the owner of Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy, the pharmacy choice for the uninsured. This show started from doing open line series with Rory Johnson and Kristen Presall. And so what we did was, it was an Ask the Expert segment where the pharmacist would come in and answer your questions. But I guess we'll pause that for a second and we'll finish, because we've got Pat on line one. Pat, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Beg your pardon?
Yes, ma'am. How may I help you?
What diuretic can you take that doesn't have the sulfa drug in it?
Let's see. Now, the thiazide family is sulfa. I'm not sure about the loop diuretics, which would be furosemide, torsemide. Are you taking hydrochlorothiazide, little pink tablet?
No, I don't have any right now.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure that the thiazides have a sulfa group in them. So I think the furosemide, the Lasix, if you've ever heard of that one, that would be a good alternative for you.
I was on that, and I found out it was sulfa in it.
Okay, it has sulfa in them. So your only other diuretic is probably chlorthalidone.
Can you spell it?
Yes, ma'am. CHLORTHALIDONE. Chlorthalidone.
And that does not have a...
I don't think so, but I'll double check that during the break, and if it does, then I'll tell you scratch that. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for your diuretics.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Now, were you having a reaction to the sulfa group in Lasix?
I have had a reaction to sulfa a long time ago when I had a lot of bladder infections.
Okay, yeah, so the Bactrim, yeah, it does have a sulfa group. Did you have a problem when you were taking the Lasix, the furosemide?
I wouldn't take it because I learned it had sulfa in it.
Okay, understandable.
I didn't know whether I should take it or not.
Okay. All right, yeah, so let me check during the break, and then we'll advise you from there.
Okay, am I supposed to hold on?
No, ma'am. When we take our first commercial break, I'll research it, and then when we come back on after the commercial break, then I'll say, Pat, guess what? You can take that, or Pat, you'd better stay away from it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All righty, bye-bye. Mm-hmm. Line 2, we've got Mama. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call. How may we help you?
Well, hello, Dr. Pruitt. How are you this evening?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. You look well. You look nice.
Thank you.
I have a question
Yes, ma'am.
about the Lydia Pinkham. Do you still carry the Lydia Pinkham?
Yes, we do. We do still carry it, and it was actually, I guess, for the benefit of the viewing audience. It is a product that was compounded probably over 100 years ago by a lady named Lydia Estes Pinkham. She was going through symptoms of menopause, and back then, women were very, a little modest and shy about talking about things of this nature with their physicians. So she didn't want to discuss it with her doctor, so she wound up compounding some products to help her with her symptoms of menopause. So this product has about, I think somewhere between 8 and 10 herbs, including black cohosh and some other things that proved to be very effective. I actually was turned on to it by some seasoned patients, old school, if you will, trying to be proper, and they spoke about it. So I brought that product in, and a number of ladies have gotten a benefit from it. So it not only is it used for menopause, but for PMS as well, and your menstrual cramps.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That answers both my questions, and I didn't even have to ask it otherwise. Well, I will certainly be by there to get some.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pruitt. Keep up the good work.
Yes, ma'am.
And God bless you, sweetie.
All right, bless you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so for you first-timers out there who are kind of understanding what this show is about, so like as I said, we were doing the Open Line series, and because of your participation, Channel 5 Plus said, hey, why don't you do this thing by yourself? And so here I've been this is season 3 now, answering your questions and your calls. Now, how did I get to that point? It's because I opened Pruitt's Discount Pharmacy August 4, 2012. Our mission is to help those who are uninsured, whether you are self-employed, whether Obamacare or the Affordable Care is too unaffordable for you, or you just booted off of your parents' insurance. It is our job to make medication more affordable for you. And so the theme of the pharmacy came about from some research I did as I was trying to put the pharmacy together. This research was done by the Tennessee Safety Net Consortium, and the research said that there were roughly 80 to 100,000 uninsured Middle Tennesseans. So this is a large market of people who basically had to pay the full price of medication or go without. And we want to target those people who have had to go without, because what happens is when you go to the ER, your medication's given to you and it's unaffordable, they stabilize you, it's unaffordable, you get to the pharmacy and can't afford it, you say, hey, forget that, I've got to eat, and you go home. And you're readmitted again several days later. This becomes a burden on the healthcare system. So what I figured that we would do is to decrease the burden on the healthcare system is to make medication affordable in the first place. So that's what we do. We're going to get back to that because we've got a caller. Elsie, welcome to Pharmacist-on-Call. How may we help you?
Good evening, sir. I'd like to know what the difference is between diltiazem and metoprolol.
Diltiazem is a calcium channel blocker, and metoprolol is a beta blocker. So for those of you out there, you just hear the word blood pressure medicine, but there are different mechanisms by which your heart's blood pressure increases. So
I had an unusual reaction to metoprolol, but I'm doing good on diltiazem.
Yeah, so what type of reaction did you have?
It seemed like it stopped most of my peristalsis, and I got the hemorrhoids to prove it.
Okay,
It's 3 months to get going again, right?
Yeah, and so the metoprolol beta blocker may slow down some functions. It may even make you pretty drowsy, and actually those of you who have diabetes may even push your sugar up a little bit, but what it does is it slows, the heart rate down through the beta adrenergic system, a little too complicated. But the way diltiazem works is it's a calcium channel blocker, and it inhibits those calcium ions from coming in, which causes your heart to contract. So they both are blood pressure medicines, but they lower your blood pressure in 2 different areas.
And what is the protocol for getting off of one of those?
Ma'am?
What is the protocol for coming off of one of these?
I'd probably titrate down slowly. You're talking about metoprolol?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You could come down, I guess, assuming you're on 50, take you down to 25, but actually they could just go ahead and replace you. So it's not a medication like a prednisone or one of your antidepressant pills. They could just switch you right out.
Okay. And the lady who had the problem with Lasix, Lasix all of those are cousins to sulfur. I'm allergic to Lasix and sulfur, and I found I'm allergic to everything except spirolactone.
Okay.
And it's contraindicated in diabetes, but that's the only one I can take.
Okay.
My doctors told me if I had to go in the hospital for was needing a diuretic really bad,
yes, ma'am,
they would put me on Lasix and watch for a reaction.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you putting that out there. So, Pat, I hope you're still watching. Spironolactone may be, but we'll see what type of diuresis you need. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. All right, everyone, sit right there. We will be right back. The phones are lighting up.